Hallo kykers en welkom by nog 'n episode van Erongo Talk. Dankie vir julle almal wat gereeld by ons inskakel. Vandag kuier ons vanaf ons ateljee by Platsameer in Swakopmund. Ons bring vir julle die nuus, die weer en vertel vir julle waar die vis heel moontlik gaan byt. In ons onderhoudsegment vertel Quinton van Rooyen van die DBV in Walvis Bay vir ons van die belangrike rol wat die organisasie speel. Soos gebruiklik is ons kalenderdag eerst op die lys en vandag vier ons NTV-dag. Ons TV-kanaal is vandag 1 jaar oud. Wel gedaan!
Erongo Talk aims to reach coastal residents, keeping them updated on what's happening in their community. This show is broadcasted on NTV, 1of2.com, and cross-shared on the following Facebook platforms: Erongo, The Republican, Algemene Zeitung, Namibian Sun, and Namibia Media Holdings. Erongo Talk focuses on community news, weather update, fishing report, helpful tips, as well as sport and entertainment. For news-related or advertising queries, contact Erongo Talk at synergy.com.na. Erongo Talk, our community, your news.
In vandag se nuus, lede van die Narwal St. Pieters Katholieke Kerk in Walvis Bay is in rep en roer oor 'n besluit wat deur die munisipale raad geneem is om 'n gedeelte grond te verkoop wat die kerk die afgelope 30 jaar as parkeerarea benut. Verteenwoordigers van die kerk het 'n vergadering belê met raadsverteenwoordigers, verteenwoordigers van die Walvis Bay stedelike kiesafdelingskantoor en die kantoor van die Ministerie van Stedelike en Landelike Ontwikkeling wat as bemiddelaar tussen die twee partye opgetree het. Die waarnemende voorsitter van die kerk, Mario Polser, het gesê dat die kerk 'n besluit van die raad om die stuk grond aan 'n private ontwikkelaar te verkoop teenstaan. Hy het beweer dat die grond aan die kerk beloof is tydens 'n raadsvergadering in 2021. Die raad het voorheen beloof dat die kerk van die betrokke gedeelte grond gebruik kan maak. Die raad het egter nou daardie besluit teruggetrek deur die grond aan te bied aan 'n private ontwikkelaar, het Polser gesê. Hy het bygevoeg dat die kerk en die vorige raad ook konsensus bereik het, waar volgens besluit is dat die kerk die grond kan voortgaan om te gebruik en in 'n latere stadium die grond kan koop. Die kerk het ook aansoek gedoen om die gedeelte grond te koop, maar die aansoek is van die hand gewys. Volgens die raad het hulle voordat die besluit om die gedeelte grond te verkoop geneem is, die verkoop daarvan in die koerante geadverteer met 'n voorsiening en 'n vensterperiode waarin enige iemand kan aansoek doen of die verkoop van 'n gedeelte kan teenstaan. Die raad het verklaar dat sodra die vensterperiode gesluit het, niemand in staat is om die verkoop teen te staan nie en die hersoeningsproses het begin. Verteenwoordigers van die Ministerie van Stedelike en Landelike Ontwikkeling wat verkies het om anoniem te bly, het kennis geneem van die argumente van beide partye en verklaar dat 'n ondersoek na die saak gedoen sal word met 'n gevolgtrekking wat na 'n maand gemaak sal word. En nog nuus, die burgemeester van Swakopmund, Dina Namubes, vergesel van die mevrou Namibia se eerste naaswenner en mevrou Wêreld Namibia deelnemer Leonie van Jaarsveld en ook raadslede het onlangs 'n besoek aan die dorp se staatshospitaal gebring. By die geleentheid het hulle geskenkte toiletware ter waarde van $23,000 Namibiese aan toegelate pasiënte uitgedeel, wat goedere soos toiletpapier, badseep, lotion, sanitêre handdoeke, tandepasta en borsels en ook waspoeiers ingesluit het. Namibis het verlede jaar tydens 'n besoek aan die hospitaal verneem dat pasiënte weens beperkte finansiële hulpbronne voorsiening moet maak vir hulle eie toiletpapier en toiletware wanneer hulle opgeneem word. Ongelukkig kan al die pasiënte nie bekostig om hulle eie te koop nie, wat daartoe lei dat die mediese omgewing onhygiënies word vir onderskeidelik die mediese personeel, die pasiënte en ook die besoekers. Die kantoor van die burgemeester het dus skenkings vir basiese toiletware van verskillende instansies aangevra. Gelukkig ook het een van die belanghebbers gehoor gegee aan 'n oproep, aan die oproep en toiletpapier en badseep geskenk, het Namubes gesê. Sy het bygevoeg dat mense na Swakopmund verhuis weens verstedeliking. Ons gemeenskap het gegroei en dit kom met verskeie uitdagings. Die raad het verskeie aktiwiteite geïmplementeer in sy pogings om die sosiale uitdagings wat sy gemeenskapslede in die gesig staar aan te spreek. Ons wil 'n betekenisvolle verskil maak in die lewens van ons gemeenskapslede as 'n raad, het Namubes gesê. En dan ten slotte, dit is kommerwekkend dat padgebruikers in Namibië se optrede so deur die teenwoordigheid van verkeerswetstoepassers beïnvloed word en volgens generaal-majoor Elias Mutota, die adjunkt-inspekteur-generaal van die Namibiese polisie, moet padgebruikers hulle houding verander en daaraan werk om hulle ingesteldheid te verander om verkeerswette te gehoorsaam. Mutota het die stelling gemaak tydens die bekendstelling van die afgelope feesseisoen se ongeluksstatistieke. Volgens die statistiek is 76 mense oor die afgelope feestyd op Namibië se paaie dood. Die meeste sterftes het in die Otjisinjupa, Osikoto en Oshana streek voorgekom met onderskeidelik 12 gevalle elk en 10 in die Kara streek. Dit is 'n afname van 42% in sterftes teenoor die vorige feesseisoen. Die meeste ongelukke het in die Koma-streek 24% voorgekom, gevolg deur Erongo 15% en Otjisinjupa 13%. Altesaam 1771.880 voertuie is tussen 17 November 2022 en 17 Januarie vanjaar by padblokkades op nasionale paaie voorgekeer. Dit is 55% meer as die 110.558 die vorige feesseisoen. Altesaam 23.416 manlike bestuurders is voorgekeer, 60% meer as die vorige jaar en ook 34.3% meer vroulike bestuurders. Gedurende die afgelope feesseisoen is 964 mense vir padoortredings in hegtenis geneem, teenoor die 226 bestuurders wat die vorige jaar agter tralies beland het, oftewel 327% meer, volgens statistiek. Verder het wetstoepassers vanjaar ook 26.816 boetes ter waarde van sowat 23.9 miljoen Namibiese dollar uitgereik, tesame met 1.315 voertuie wat nie padvaardig was nie. Die vorige feestyd is 9.824 boetes uitgereik en die waarde was altesaam 13.6 miljoen Namibiese dollar. Teenoor die vorige jaar is 73% meer voertuie onpadvaardig verklaar. En dit bring ons dan aan die einde van vandag se nuus. Besoek gerus ons webwerf www.erongo.com.na vir meer nuus oor die Erongo streek.
Erongo Talk brings you community news in the Erongo region. For news-related or advertising queries, contact Erongo Talk at synergy.com.na. Erongo Talk, our community, your news.
Good afternoon, Sheldon, and hi viewers. My name is Quinton van Rooyen. I'm the chairperson of Walvis Bay SPCA, and today we're talking to Erongo newspaper here in Walvis Bay, and we're very grateful to have you guys and to come check in what we're doing here at the SPCA. So at the moment we have 6 staff members, of whom 2 are management staff and then 4 are kennel staff, and they run a very tight ship here to keep all of our mates here happy. At the moment we have 28 cats and 34 dogs that we're looking after, but it can fluctuate up to about 60 animals or slightly more of any one of them. And we obviously look after their welfare. Animals that aren't being looked after come stay with us, and then we try and find better homes for them. And also we try and run as many educational campaigns in our community as well to help people and to educate them to look after their animals much better.
Okay. And then Quinton, how do you know which pets to take off this?
Okay. All right, so we work hand in hand with the community. They inform us if they suspect that there's neglect or abuse or just abandonment of animals, and then we work according to very strict guidelines as set by the national SPCA in order to decide whether we should take animals or not. But the decision is always in the best interest of the animal, and we try and take the human emotion out of it and look at what the best is for the animal, and that's the best way we find to make our decisions. Okay, so to run an organization like this, obviously I've mentioned that we work hand in hand with the community and a lot of volunteers. I myself am a volunteer, and there's 4 of us currently on the committee as volunteers. We help with the running of the business, so to speak, and our kennel master and our manager are the ones who take care of the day-to-day management and operations here at the facility. They make those executive decisions in that regard. And then again, we are 100% volunteer funded and sponsored. So all of the food, all of the finances, and that goes all the way through to salaries, are from people who support us. And obviously, yeah, it takes a selfless person to do that because obviously most of us are involved with our own jobs and our own businesses, and we have to make time for these sort of things. So there's a couple of sacrifices that has to be made. We have fantastic volunteers who come on weekends between 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock to walk our dogs, for instance, or just to come play with our cats. They bring the kids in. We have fantastic fosters who help us to socialize animals. They take them into their own homes and help to socialize them. And so it's very much a community project. We get help from businesses who sponsor, whether it's through food or through financial assistance, through services, cleaning chemicals, and that sort of thing. So it's 100%, it takes a community to run an organization like that. And we're very grateful for the support that we have. And not only that, we also try and work with as many of the animal welfare organizations in our community, so that we have an open door with each of us, because we're all doing this for the best, goodwill of our animals. And there's no point in building silos in that sort of regard. So we try to extend a cooperative gestures with everybody, so that we can have these things run smoothly for all. It's not like we want to take the credit for everything, or we all want to see animals happy and living their best lives. All right, so our plans for the year, first and foremost, I think quite an important one, we are trying to put together a spaying campaign within the next 3 weeks. It'll happen before the end of February, so we would like to get a mobile clinic to come into the community of Walvis Bay and help us with the sterilization of animals for people who don't necessarily have the finances to go via traditional vets. Then we can assist them with that, just to bring our street populations down of animals. And we'll be advertising that quite a bit. The committee's AGM for 2022 will be happening on the 23rd, I think it is, the third Thursday of February. And so that'll be just a catch-up of our events in 2022. And then there's another spaying clinic that we'll have later on in the year with in collaboration once again with Walvis Bay Municipality, and maybe we can bring some of the other wildlife domestic animal organizations into the fold with us. And then a whole bunch of fundraisers, and those will be communicated as we go, closer to the time. Because fundraising is obviously a very big part, unfortunately, of what we have to do, and it's probably the not so nice part of what we have to do. But again, everything we do is for the animals, so unfortunately, one has to do that sometimes. Well, to the businesses out there, I think a business. We're very fortunate that a lot of businesses in Walvis Bay are part of the community, in that sense that they take on the corporate responsibility of being good citizens, and we just want to thank them, mostly the ones that are involved with us. And if anybody does have a social responsibility or a CSI project that they would like to get involved with, I would love it for them to consider the SPCA. We are always looking for more people to get involved with our projects, and the more we do, the better better it can be for Walvis Bay and for the animals here. We'd like to get as many animals off the streets. There's always work that can be done around the shelter where we would like to expand in terms of our facilities, our cages, play areas to reduce kennel stress. So these are some of the bigger projects that we'll be doing this year, and for that we will obviously need funding. So if anybody wants to get in touch, even if it's just a corporate day out with your staff to come walk some of the dogs, get the blood flowing, and bring everybody together. It's a great way for people to get involved with a charity like the SPCA.
And then, do you guys ever have problems with like space here?
Yeah, we had it a few times last year where space became the demand was just such that we, unfortunately, we had to start turning people away. And that speaks to the need there is for, I think, once again, for spaying campaigns, but also for us to expand on our facility. It's sometimes 60, 70 kennels aren't enough, or space for 60, 70 dogs. We had close to 60 cats at one stage last year. We're very fortunate. We also work with the Have a Heart Foundation, who are a fantastic organization that helps to catch and neuter release. So they'll go to communities and capture an entire community of cats and then spay them and then reintroduce them, so that they go back to where they're happy, but they can't breed because cats can breed exponentially. And if left unchecked, then we suddenly have a massive problem with cats. It's nice to have cats around. They get rid of the mice and all the other pests that one has around. So they're sometimes a good thing to have around, but we just have to keep those populations in check. Yeah, look, I mean, I think we're all trying to get towards the same goal, and I think it's great if people, if you feel like you want to do something slightly differently to us, there's no reason why we can't work together, and I think go for it. The more people we have in the animal welfare organizations, the better. It's just great that what I like about the SPCA is we have a national committee that's absolutely essential for us in passing down information, and if we ever need, if we're out of our depth sometimes, it's very nice to bounce things off them, and they always come with wonderful workable solutions. And I would even encourage other organizations, if they're stuck with something, to come chat to us, because it's all for the welfare of the animals. It's all about broadening that reach to get to the animals, and whether it's this organization or that one, it's great if we're all part of it. Thank you very much, Sheldon. Thanks for your time.
Erongo Talk brings you community news in the Erongo region. For news-related or advertising queries, contact erongotalk@synergy.com.na. Erongo Talk, our community, your news.
And now for your fishing report. Some great fish were caught this past weekend. Quinton Barnard celebrated his birthday in style by getting stuck into a massive cop. The catch, which was caught early morning on low tide, served as his birthday gift. He was fishing at mile 32, targeting sharks, when his rod doubled over and the fight was on. A real tug of war ensued, and once the fish was in the swallows, he noticed that it was not a spotted gully shark but a massive cop. A few nervous moments later, and the beast of a cop with a weight of a massive 20 kilogram was lying at his feet. The smile on the photo says it all. Mile 17 also produced some terrific fish again. Anglers targeted the area close to the Black Rocks towards Vloskaswagen, about 500 meters north from the mile 17 pole. The fish caught weighed between 4 kilogram and 5 kilogram. Cop and Garrick were reeled in. It looks like mile 32 gave some pen-sized cop too. Reports from Parkies indicate that galjoen are being caught up to 45 centimeters in size. That's no small fish by any standard. Fresh mussel did the trick there. One can dig in the sand at Parkies and get fresh mussel on the beach. A fresh mussel is also somewhat firmer and sticks to the hook better. Make sure to collect no more than 25 white mussels per day and to have a current fishing license with you while harvesting these. The northern shores also produce some decent kop. Hendrik Burger fished at Adrie's Gat and landed some kop and spotted gully sharks. The kop were in the 3 kg to 5 kg range, which make for terrific eating. The spotted gully sharks he caught on horse mackerel, and for the kop he used a combination of sardines and horse mackerel. It seems that the combination of the two works excellent for the kop this time of the year. The ski boats are getting fished, but nothing super exciting. This can however change anytime, and hopefully by the next report the big kop will have come on bite at Vierkant Klip. It's usually in February that the big kop start to come on bite in this area. The shark anglers have been getting quite a lot of bronze whaler sharks and spotted gully sharks all over our coast. These fierce fighters can be caught all year round and are a ton of fun to catch. They really test your equipment to the max. Steamras have been somewhat elusive this past week, but the calm water can quickly change that. Great bait to use for steamras is octopus, crab, crayfish and mussel. Sometimes one can even catch them on sardines and chicken liver. Good areas to find these fish are Zeilerweg to Black Rock, as well as mile 69 and mile 72. And lastly, a very good spot is also Canopy. The full moon has now passed, and it looks like we will have some calm seas this weekend. And that concludes your fishing report for today.
Erongo Talk brings you community news in the Erongo region. For news related or advertising queries, contact erongotalk@synergy.com.na. Erongo Talk, our community, your news. Erongo Talk brings you community news in the Erongo region. Erongo Talk aims to reach coastal residents, keeping them updated on what's happening in their community. This show is broadcasted on NTV, 1of2.com, and cross-shared on the following Facebook platforms: Erongo, The Republican, Algemene Zeitung, Namibian Sun, and Namibia Media.
Kykers, dit is alweer tyd geword om te groet. Onthou, ons is daagliks om 2 uur op DStv kanaal 205 of GoTV kanaal 94 te sien. Julle kan ook 'n groot verskeidenheid van programme op ons NMH aanlyn TV kanaal 1of2.com geniet. Kry toegang tot meer nuus en ander stories op ons webwerf www.erongo.com.na. Volg ons ook gerus op Facebook en raak deel van ons meer as 100,000 sterk aanlyn familie. Nou vir julle advertensiebehoeftes, kontak ons by erongotalk@synergy.com.na. Ek herhaal die e-pos erongotalk@synergy.com.na of stuur vir ons 'n WhatsApp of Telegram na 081 411 9604. Onthou dan ook, Rock'n'Roll Namibia bring die heuwels fantasties en vir jou plek na Windhoek vir 'n musiekkonsert op die 27ste Mei hierdie jaar. Kaartjies is nou reeds beskikbaar by eticket.my.na. En daarmee kom ons dan aan die einde van vandag se episode van Erongo Talk. Tot ziens.